He's a three-weight world champion who is desperate to be a household name. And this platform...
And still, WBC lightweight champion of the world, Shakur Stevenson.
Here's what boxing fans needed to see. The ultimate showdown between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, where pure skill meets raw power. Two fighters who've never tasted defeat, stepping into the ring with everything on the line. This isn't just another fight, it's the kind of brutal collision where careers get defined and legends get made.
I felt like you knew how little Lomachenko was, and you kind of capitalized off of that.
Heck no, that man was a lot to deal with.
Lopez built his reputation on one simple principle, taking what isn't given. He never followed the traditional path or waited for opportunities. Instead, he forced his way into conversations, demolished established names, and grabbed titles from champions who thought they were untouchable. His approach is pure aggression, controlled violence, and a refusal to play by anyone else's rules. Meanwhile, Stevenson represented the complete opposite philosophy. Methodical, surgical, ice-cold precision.
Is this going to be a great fight? I don't know if it will. I mean, style-wise, I could see you having a little reservations, you know, whether or not these guys will make for dynamite.
His journey started with Olympic silver and evolved into world championships across weight classes. Every move calculated, every opponent dissected like a science experiment. Where Lopez fed off mayhem, Stevenson mastered composure. Two completely different approaches to the same destination, and tonight, those philosophies would collide head-on.
He's full of confidence. He's got a job to do tonight. It is a short-notice change, a different opponent, but he's the sort of guy that will adapt beautifully.
Yeah, but he needs to put on a clinical...
This showdown happened because it had to. Not because some promoter manufactured drama, or because fans demanded entertainment. The division itself forced this moment. Two perfect records, two different styles. One inevitable conclusion. When fighters reach this level with this much at stake, the sport demands answers.
I don't know if he wants it or not, but it's tough to have the conditioning. See, a guy can take your conditioning if he make you fight fast like this.
A lot of people ain't give us the opportunity to show how great we is. A lot of the fighters, I want to say, either they ducked or found a business way not to get in front of me. And I feel like with him, he kind of gave me the opportunity of a lifetime now.
The weight of this moment crushes everything else. No gimmicks, no comeback narratives, no manufactured storylines, just two men at 35 pounds, both in their absolute prime, both unbeaten. One walks away with validation. The other faces questions that will follow him forever. You can feel the tension in every corner of the arena because everyone understands what's happening here. This is career-defining violence where one mistake costs everything.
With an upset win to claim this title, his second-time lineal champion, Teofimo Lopez.
This is what he does well, Pat. He takes little small steps back. He's even doing it with Shakur. No, Shakur wants to attack. He's taking little steps back. That just makes you reset a little bit.
The energy shift is instant when they step through the ropes. Stevenson moves like time belongs to him. His expression reveals nothing. His body language suggests the fight will happen at whatever pace he chooses. Every adjustment, every subtle movement, every slight hand position serves a purpose. He's not responding to anything. He's 3 steps ahead of everything. Lopez radiates different energy entirely. He wants noise, he wants movement, he thrives when everything becomes unpredictable. That intensity isn't performance art. It's genuinely who he becomes when violence approaches. His strategy depends on creating chaos before patterns can develop, which directly threatens Stevenson's entire approach. The mental warfare starts before the first punch flies.
He put Chamberlain down, and that's how he got this opportunity. As the southpaw jab and the puzzle, as the guys were saying, to solve for Padley.
The opening round reveals everything and nothing. Lopez explodes forward with calculated violence, not wild abandon. His combinations snap like electricity. His movement draws massive reactions. But the scoreboard tells a different story. Stevenson isn't trying to excite anyone. He's winning millimeters. Each backward step serves a purpose. Every pivot closes off attacking angles. His punches don't generate fireworks, but they find their targets consistently.
Only boxing can bring these stories up. I don't know any other sport that can do it.
And do you know what as well? His Excellency will have seen this with Josh Padley and with Martin Bacoli. And if they both lose tonight, they'll be back.
I think so.
Yeah, for sure.
When the round ends, Lopez has burned more fuel than planned, while Stevenson has used exactly what he intended. That's elite-level physics in action. Every missed shot drains oxygen, every restart chips away stamina. Lopez's explosive style carries hidden costs that compound over time. Stevenson's defensive mastery accumulates advantages silently but relentlessly. The math is already working against Lopez, even if the judges haven't noticed yet.
Two fighters that are at a high skill level that will compete in the sweet science.
Round 2 starts the transformation. Lopez remains dangerous. His knockout power still very real with 12 finishes backing up that threat. But windows that existed minutes earlier are systematically disappearing. Stevenson begins landing shots that sting more mentally than physically. A sharp jab disrupts Lopez's timing before he can establish rhythm. A perfectly timed pivot steals angles just as power shots load up. Counters land clean and Stevenson evaporates before retaliation arrives. The pressure continues, but loses its surgical precision. Corner instructions become more urgent, more desperate from Lopez's team. Stevenson's corner maintains calm because nothing unexpected is developing. The crowd noise shifts from electric excitement to nervous tension. Pure movement no longer impresses anyone. Results matter now, and the fight slowly becomes Stevenson's property.
From Taylor. Lopez. We're going to come through the front door. He does so with a two-punch combination. Taylor looking to deliver on the...
Round 3. Tightens the noose. Lopez's speed remains elite, but shows microscopic decay. Casual observers might miss it completely. But it's enough for Stevenson to exploit ruthlessly. Stevenson stops reacting and starts conducting the entire symphony. He baits punches he's already prepared to avoid, forces resets that benefit only him. Minor mistakes begin accumulating for Lopez. Hand positioning gets sloppy for fractions too long, foot placement hesitates just enough to matter. Frustration creeps into his urgency. Not reckless swinging, but subtle overcommitments that create openings. Elite ring intelligence becomes absolutely suffocating. Stevenson doesn't destroy with power. He destroys with complete control. The fight evolves from competitive to systematic, and systematic always favors the man who lives within structure.
Him down. For the second time, that was sweet, and Padley felt that one worse than the first. The counter will try and get up, he does. He's got...
The mental breakdown becomes visible now. Lopez starts questioning everything between exchanges. Why can't anything connect cleanly? How does Stevenson anticipate every adjustment? Meanwhile, Stevenson calculates risk versus reward constantly. How much pressure can be absorbed before Lopez's tank empties? What opportunities are worth pursuing? Pure ring intelligence versus explosive instinct. And intelligence doesn't panic or waste precious energy. Every clean shot sends a message that heart alone won't be enough tonight. By round 4, desperation creates the breaking point. Lopez hunts for the equalizer, the single punch that changes everything instantly. Desperation makes him more dangerous, but also more readable. Stevenson waits patiently, never chasing or overextending. He measures timing perfectly, allows Lopez to commit fully, then lands devastating counters. Nothing spectacular visually, but surgically precise and crushing psychologically. Lopez staggers, not just from impact but from realizing the opening he gambled everything on was never really there. From that moment, Stevenson imposes methodical destruction. Punches land with purpose, not emotion. Distance gets managed perfectly. Exchanges get controlled completely. The referee's attention increases noticeably. Every movement becomes calculated warfare. The championship rounds tell the complete story through body language. Lopez moves like he's carrying extra weight. His shots still carry intent, but lack that electric snap. Stevenson looks virtually identical to round 1. Controlled breathing, calm focus, disciplined movement, elite defense becomes total domination, not through overwhelming force, but by refusing to allow any breathing room, any resets, any control of time itself. Whether this ends on scorecards or by stoppage, the outcome feels completely earned. Stevenson's discipline has transformed danger into data points. Lopez's explosiveness has been systematically neutralized. After the final bell, the breakdown was unanimous. Experts emphasized how true superfights expose reality versus hype. Analysis focused on how footwork and distance control dictated every exchange. The manipulation of rhythm and tempo became the defining factor. Across all commentary, one theme emerged clearly. This wasn't different styles clashing. It was one style completely canceling out another. The lesson resonated beyond this single fight. Viral fame generates attention, but mastery keeps you standing when everything matters most. Speed creates highlight reels, but discipline wins when the lights shine brightest. Boxing rewards preparation, repetition, and decision-making under maximum pressure. Younger fighters witnessed a blueprint that night. The sport corrected itself through hard, unforgiving education, proving that chaos alone never survives at the highest level. For Stevenson, this night provided complete validation. Pound-for-pound discussions became fact, not theory. Patience, control, and refusal to rush proved his completeness. Superstardom doesn't require chaos. It requires the ability to impose order when everything else falls apart. For Lopez, this loss represents education, not elimination. He's not finished, but he's forever changed by this experience. Defeats like this teach, refine, and recalibrate everything. Boxing history ignores excuses, but remembers moments exactly like this one. This fight transcended simple competition and became a statement about what boxing truly values when everything else gets stripped away. Skill explained itself completely. Patience conquered everything. Discipline dominated absolutely. One man imposed his reality, while the other met it head-on with everything he had. Madison Square Garden in 2025 will be remembered not for drama, but for absolute clarity. This was the night Stevenson proved that mastery still rules boxing's highest level. A fight for the permanent record, a masterclass in timing, control, and precision. A demonstration that chaos entertains but control conquers everything.